out in mods, common areas, any of the shops that are out back. We usually reserve them for the weekend when there are no inmates around. And you would go into a block, look at the search log, see who hasn't been searched, what cells, go pick one, get the inmate or inmates, go from there.
And what's the purpose of doing that?
Security,
What are you looking for?
weapons, drugs, contraband.
Okay. The objective of the search team, are there certain objectives of the search team? I mean, obviously you want to find contraband, and I think you talked about that. Are there other objectives of the search team?
Yeah, you want to maintain safety and security inside the institution. If you find one weapon, that's one less weapon you have to worry about being stuck in you or used against another inmate, and then you have to respond to that fight. But when you're inside a cell with the gang things now, you don't go in, it's not a bull in a china shop. You're looking, it's not just the obvious looking for a hunk of metal. You're also going through the paperwork. You're looking for any correspondence with gangs, anything like that, kites in between, just from block to block, or even from the outside correspondence.
And you're looking for information to help you do what?
Make it safer and get those inmates that, if we can say that, yeah, they are a crime problem, we can put them in the right chair.
Yesterday, Roy Pinto testified about the increase in gang membership and the fact that gangs plan things. Is that something the search team deals with and attempts to deal with?
Yeah,
And how does it do that?
we actually go and we try to form their hierarchy structure. You know, their top dogs. If you can knock them off, keep them in as much disorganization as possible, that's best for us.
Okay. Now, let me backtrack because I didn't ask you, going back to Huntington, and you've been there for 18 years? 19. The capacity level, it's over capacity at this point, yes. How do you get over capacity if it's built for 1,000 or 1,200 or whatever it's built for? Where do you put them?
Everywhere. Take a single man rack out and put a 2-man bunk bed in.
Okay. And are they dormitory style?
Yes.
At Huntington?
Mods, out in mods, and then the therapy community is the most time.
And then in the mods that you talked about, are they using rooms that were originally designed for something else to house inmates?
There's old trailers that have been put together.
Okay.
2-man and 4-man cubes.
Now, as a search team member, when you find items, or even before you go into the cells to do these types of searches, is there paperwork involved? Is there a process, detailed process that you need to go through?
Like I said earlier, you're going to check your search log and see, you want every cell searched in the institution. So you'll go into a block, pull the search log out, check, see what hasn't been hit, go from there. Yeah, at the end of the day, you fill out your final end-of-day report, send that to the security captain to let them know what you did, who you searched, where you searched, what you found, if anything, and log it.
Okay. There was some testimony yesterday about it being a team effort for the COs, for the CO2s, for the H-1 members. In your experience, what is your opinion in regard to how you have to work together?
You have to work as a team. It's staff against the inmate. It always is that. And if you are in a block, and if you're working a desk, and say you're on a 3rd tier, you're going for a tier check. My responsibility is to make sure you're safe. If I don't see you in 3 minutes, somebody's coming to look for you. Period. You can only count on each other. The eyes in the back of my head are the ones that you have. You're watching my back, I'm watching your back all the time.
And in the last 19 years, how has the facility or how has Huntington changed?
Physical layout is the same. I'll say that the caliber of inmate has changed. When I first started, the inmates, they didn't ask me for anything. They stayed to themselves. They went to the yard, they went to chow. If they needed something, it was toilet paper, and they got that. They only asked you if they definitely needed something. They segregated themselves away from us, so to speak. Now, you can have an inmate who'll ask you for toilet paper, he'll come up and ask you for soap, he'll ask you to see his counselor, he'll ask to be his commissary rep. Can I go to the barber shop? Can I get a phone call? And it seems like when one comes, then his friend and his friend and his friend come, the next thing you know what I mean, you'll see 100 a day that have wanted something. That wasn't like that when I started. When you started, you called commissary, they came up and they went. Now it's all questions. I need.
And has the job become a busier job on a day-to-day basis?
Due to that, yes.
You've worked in the blocks, you've worked on the search team, you've worn the vest
Yes.
that you're required to wear.
I'm required to wear that.
And is the vest something that you like to wear?
No.
Why not?
It's hot. It's heavy. You strap it on, you're searching the cell, you're rolling around, you're looking for things. Yeah. July. It's a hot month. There is no air conditioning. First heat up in Huntington. Next thing you know, you're in C block and you're on the 4th tier, and you're sweating. You know it's hot. And you walk by, look at a cell, or search a cell, and you make the mistake of looking at the thermometer that's on the wall, and all you do is you see it reads 104, and all it does is confirm that, yeah, you really are hot. You immediately start to really feel the sweats running down your back, down your front, your pants are soaked, your shirt's soaked. It's miserable.
And in your 19 years experience as a correctional officer, did you feel that it provides you protection? And why not?
As you heard, it changes the target area. I'd much rather take my chances with something stuck in my stomach as opposed to somebody sticking me in the neck.
And as a search team member, what are some of the types of items that the search team finds?
Well, the search team, you're looking for soft contraband, which would be too many socks, nuisance contraband, fruit that you're not supposed to have, stuff like that. But then you're looking for other things that will go through you and do some damage. You know, nice little pig sticker. Here you got a comb that they purchased at the commissary, but it shaved everything off. You can carry that right in your back pocket. It just looks like a comb. Clears the metal detector. No problem. It'll go right in. Right in. I mean, you have all sorts of things here. You can find a hump of wood, they're going to smack you in the head with it. More of the stab type things. Knives. Clipboard. Hone down stabbing. Some of these things. A lot of these things, these bigger rifles you're going to find, they're either in their cells or they're on the head types of things. These are the ones that are going to carry on them to get them. You may also find something that's elaborate because they want to get out of jail. back a while.
Go ahead, Sean, you got this.
Then you can find something to solve the next. Hook, grab a hook and.
No, put that to me on the debate team.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You can find something as elaborate as this. We put them in jail, they don't want to stay there. You know, bed sheet twined up, grappling hook.
Check
Go.
your mic up. It's your microphone.
That's not.
Sounds like you're in a wind tunnel.
It's not heavy. I'll just speak up.
Why is it recorded in here?
Yeah.
No, that's
All right. So we were looking at the last item that you were showing, what panel was that?
The bed sheet that was, the bed sheet that was made into a record.
Okay.
Jason, you told me about these things. These are actually things that you find?
Absolutely. Yes.
Oh.
These are actually things that you find?
Yes.
Okay, and now you're vets, you talk about, what I'm used to, and because I've never worn one of these, I've worn ballistic vests, with police officers, but I've never worn one of these vests. These are not ballistic vests.
No, they're not. They're slash resistant.
Slash resistant.
Resistant.
Okay. Are they gonna stop any one of those?
No. It's not gonna stop that.
A little louder.
No, it's not gonna stop this.
See, that got an edge on it?
Yes.
No, an edge.
An edge? No.
Now, what is that thing out of?
Hunk of metal.
Where do you get a little hunk of metal?
Anywhere. They have all day, every day to look for stuff. They have all day. It could have taken this guy weeks and weeks and weeks to get this the way he wanted it. Working on it a bit at a time, here and there, middle of the night. Until he finally got it where, how he wanted it, stashed it either in his cell, he's gonna bring it out when he means to do damage with it. They're not gonna just walk around with something like this. This is, when you see it, it's usually stuck in somebody.
I mean, something that big obviously is, you had fun.
Oh, absolutely.
But for instance, like the cone that we pulled out, that's general protection?
Yeah. For the most part, but it can be used definitely, CO told him, no, you're not getting in the commissary. There it is. Now you're dealing with it.
Have you yourself pulled stuff like this out of cells?
Yes. I've pulled stuff like that out of a coat pocket on the way to the yard with a random pack down. It's a fact of where you work.
You said that one of the goals of the search team is that everybody that walks into the facility walks out safe.